You're a husband snatcher. An opportunistic little slut who saw her chance the moment the real daughter of this house stumbled, and you took it without a second thought.
How dare you speak to your sister that way in this house? Rose, please, drop the phone this morning. Your father is coming down soon, and I need you calm, today of all days.
Calm about what, Mummy? Nothing is going to happen today that hasn't already happened 100 times. Rose, Daddy's heart is not what it used to be. Yesterday's episode nearly... I know what happened yesterday, Pearl. I was there. Unlike some issues in this house, I don't need reminding of things that concern my father.
Rose!
I didn't mean it like that.
Rose, sit with me after breakfast. There is something your mother and I need to discuss with you.
If this is about the company again, Daddy, I've already told you.
Rose, please, just sit with me.
Daddy, eat something first, please.
Rose, you know the company is under threat. Vernon Sinclair is preparing to invoke the continuity clause I and Mr. Reginald James signed 25 years ago. If it is invoked, we lose everything. The company, this house, your school fees for Junior, everything is tied to those shares.
And the solution, as always, is me.
A family continuity clause. If either of you should die or become permanently incapacitated before the company reaches full institutional stability, control remains with your families only if the next generation enters a binding partnership. My son isn't even born yet, Falode, and you're already arranging his marriage? Vernon is a careful man. Fine, let him have his clause. Besides, our children will fall in love on their own. Look at us. Brothers before we were partners. It's practically written in the stars, Reginald. Written in the stars. Draft it. We'll sign anything today. Nothing is going to happen to either of us. Fred James is a good man, Rose. Responsible, kind. His father is my oldest friend. This is not a stranger I am asking you to consider.
Consider, Daddy, you're asking me to marry someone I've never once thought of that way. I have a life. I have someone I love.
Julian.
Yes, Julian. Yes. And before you say anything about him...
I have said nothing about him, Rose. Not once.
You don't have to. I can see it on your face every time his name comes up.
Rose, my daughter, please. Look at your father. Does he look like a man who has the strength to fight Vernon Sinclair in court? 8,000 families depend on this company. 8,000, Rose, not just us.
So my whole life is worth less than 8,000 strangers' salaries.
It is not about worth, Rose. It's about what we can still save. I built this with my hands and my best friend's mind. I am not ready to watch it die because of a clause we laughed at 25 years ago.
I need to think. Julian, they want me to marry Fred James.
Marry? Just like that? Rose, baby, look at me. You don't owe anybody a marriage. Not even your father. Since when did love become a business transaction in that house?
It's not just about love, Julian. If I refuse, the company collapses. Thousands of people lose their jobs. My father might not survive another shock like this.
And what about us, Rose? 5 years. 5 years I have loved you, stood by you, while your family looked at me like dirt under their shoes because I don't carry the Lawson name. And now, the moment it's convenient, you're supposed to just walk into another man's house?
I never said I would agree.
Then don't. Rose, what if we didn't wait for their permission at all? What if we just left, started somewhere new, just the two of us, no clauses, no Sinclair, no Fred James?
Leave. Julian, with what money? You know Daddy controls...
You have access to the joint account, the one your father set up for the company's operational contingency fund. Nobody checks that until quarter end. We take enough to get us started somewhere clean Dubai, maybe London, and once we're settled, none of this will matter anymore.
Julian, that's stealing. That's my father's company money.
It's our future, Rose. Do you love me? Or do you love this performance of loyalty to people who are about to sell your happiness to save their business?
Okay, Julian, I'll do it.
Still working at this hour? The Lekki site supervisor sent the wrong soil test results. Again, if I don't catch it tonight, we pour concrete on a foundation that won't hold in 3 years. You get that from me. The need to catch every crack before it becomes a collapse. Somebody has to. Dad, what is it? Harold called me tonight. He's not well, Fred. The stress of the Sinclair situation is taking a toll his heart cannot afford. Is he all right? For now. But there is something I need to tell you. Something your mother and I have carried since before you were born. So all this time, the company's survival has been sitting on a marriage clause nobody thought would ever matter? None of us imagined it would come to this, but it has. And Fred, I would never force this on you. If you refuse, I will find another way to fight Sinclair, even if it takes everything we have.
Dad, can I be honest with you about something I've never told you? Always.
I've loved Rose since we were teenagers. Long before I knew anything about a clause, a company, an agreement, I used to find reasons to visit the Lawsons just to see her. I never said anything because she never looked at me the way I looked at her. If she'll have me truly, not because her father is dying and mine is desperate, then I don't need to be convinced, Dad. I already want this. I've wanted it for years.
Then let us pray she sees what I see standing in front of me right now.
Daddy, Mummy, I've thought about everything, and I've decided.
Rose?
I'll marry Fred. I want to save the company. I want you to stop worrying, Daddy. Your health matters more to me than anything else in this world.
My daughter. My brave, brave daughter. I'm calling Reginald right now. We'll do the traditional rites this week. No need to wait, not with the deadline circling us like vultures. Evelyn, call the caterers, call the elders.
Daddy, wait. Maybe we should take a little more time to plan properly. There's no need to...
Nonsense! When has a Lawson ever needed more time to celebrate good news? Reginald, my brother, prepare your household. Rose has agreed. We do the rites this Saturday.
There she is, my brave girl.
Julian, I don't know if I can do this. My father, the wedding is in the morning. Everyone is...
Rose, look at me. This is the only morning that matters. The morning we finally start living for ourselves. Not your father's company. Not some clause signed before either of us was born. Us. Let's go, baby.
Rose! My bride! Wake up, wake up. The makeup artist will be here in 1 hour. But Rose isn't in the room. Mummy, Daddy, I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. Please don't look for me. Rose. Harold! Harold, call me quickly!
Evelyn, what is it?
Sit down, please. Sit down.
She's gone. She's really gone.
Somebody call an ambulance! Daddy, stay with me! Please stay with me!
That's the kind of love that holds.
He's strong, Mummy. He's the strongest man I know. He's going to be fine. He has to be fine.
Mrs. Lawson, Pearl, I came as soon as I heard.
Thank you for coming, Fred.
Is there any word on Rose?
Nothing. She's not answering calls. Her phone is switched off.
Mr. Lawson is stable. It was another cardiac event, smaller than the last, but his heart is under serious strain. He needs complete rest, physical and emotional. Another shock like this, and I cannot promise the same outcome. I mean this seriously. No stress, no arguments, no bad news reaches this man until he is significantly stronger. Is that understood?
Understood, Doctor. I'll make sure of it myself.
Pearl, for what it's worth, I'm sorry about all of this, about Rose. I know today wasn't supposed to happen this way for anyone.
None of this is your fault, Fred. You came here in your wedding clothes to check on him for a wedding that never happened. That says more about your character than anything else could.
Thank you, Pearl.
How is your father doing, young woman?
He's getting better, sir. He just needs rest.
Harold thought that clause was a formality. 25 years, Adrian. 25 years, and the old fool never imagined it would actually work in our favor.
The daughter has run off with some boy. No marriage, no partnership, no continuity. Come the deadline, the whole group falls into our hands.
For a fraction.
A fraction, Vernon.
8,000 employees. They'll thank us eventually. New management, leaner company.
Leaner. That's one word for it.
Not while I'm still standing. Daddy, Mummy, there's something I need to say, and I need you both to let me finish before you respond.
Of course, my dear.
I will marry Fred James.
Pearl.
I know this isn't what the clause intended. I know I'm not your blood daughter, and I know the lawyers will need to confirm whether an adopted child satisfies the continuity terms. But Daddy, you took me off a roadside when I had nobody. You gave me your name, your home, your love, without asking anything of me in return. I am not going to sit in this house and watch strangers take everything you and Uncle Reginald built, while I do nothing to stop it.
Pearl, my dear, this is not your burden to carry.
It is exactly my burden to carry, Mummy, because it is my family. You made it my family the day you brought me home.
Pearl, are you certain? Fred loves your sister. Everyone in this house knows it. I will not let you walk into a marriage where your heart will be starved for affection, not after everything you've already survived.
Daddy, I have loved Fred James for a very long time, silently. I never said anything because he only ever had eyes for Rose, and I would never have taken that from her. But Rose is gone, and the company is dying, and you are barely alive because of the weight of all this. If there is a version of this where I can save you and finally stop hiding something I've felt for years, then let me try.
My brave, brave girl. God took one daughter from this house through blood and gave me another through grace. I never forget that, Pearl, not for one single day. Fred, I would not ask this if I had another option. Pearl has offered to take Rose's place. Legally, my lawyers believe an adopted child qualifies under the trust's language. Next generation of the founding family was written broadly enough. But this only works if you agree. I will not force this on anyone twice. Give me a moment, please.
Fred, can I speak with you just for a moment?
Of course.
I need you to know something before you decide anything. I am not asking you to love me. I would never ask that of anyone, least of all a man who has loved someone else for years. I only need you to know that I understand exactly what I'm walking into. I'm not confused, and I'm not deluded into thinking a piece of paper will make you feel something you don't.
Then why are you doing this, Pearl? You could let the company fall. Nobody would blame you. It's not truly your inheritance to fight for.
Because your father and my father built something out of nothing, together, when nobody believed two young Nigerian men could compete with the big multinational firms. Because 8,000 families wake up every single day and go to work believing their jobs will still be there tomorrow. And because my father, the man who stopped his car on a dark road for a crying 4-year-old nobody else would even glance at, deserves to see what he built survive him, not collapse because of a mistake his own daughter made.
Rose never once, in all the years I knew her, spoke about the company with that kind of conviction.
Rose was raised to receive this family's love. I was raised to earn it. It changes how a person sees things.
All right, Pearl, I'll do it. Not because I've stopped loving your sister. I won't lie to you about that. You deserve better than a lie in the very first conversation we've ever really had. But I respect you. And right now, that's more than I can say I feel for anyone else in this whole situation.
That's more honesty than I expected, Fred James. I'll take it.
But I kept on giving, kept on believing.
Good morning. I made your breakfast. The plantain is fresh. I fried it just now.
I'll get something on the way. I have a site inspection in Ajah by 8.
It'll only take 5 minutes to eat, Fred. You barely touched dinner last night either.
I said I'll eat on the way, Pearl.
Fred, I ironed your shirts for tomorrow. The blue one had a small tear near the collar, so I mended it. You probably won't even notice it was there.
You didn't need to do that. I have people for that.
I know you have people for that, Fred. I wanted to do it myself.
Pearl, I don't need you fussing over my clothes like...
Like what, Fred?
Forget it. I have an early morning tomorrow. I'll take the couch again.
I said, watch me make it right.
Who was that?
Nobody. Business.
Julian, we've been here 6 months. The money from my father's account is almost finished, and you still haven't found work. I thought you said you had connections here.
Connections take time to activate, Rose. You think it's easy building something from nothing in a foreign country. Maybe if you weren't so busy complaining, you'd remember whose sacrifice got us this flat in the first place.
My sacrifice, Julian, I stole from my own father for you. I left my family on my wedding day for you. Don't speak to me like I've contributed nothing.
Rose, baby, I'm sorry. I'm just stressed. Come here.
3 months, Julian. What exactly have we built? 2. I made pepper soup, the goat meat kind you mentioned once, from your mother's recipe. I asked Auntie Comfort for the exact spices.
I ate at the site with the contractors. Long day.
I can keep it warm for tomorrow then. It tastes better on the second day anyway.
Do whatever you want with it, Pearl.
Mommy, good evening, oh. How is Daddy's blood pressure today?
Stable, thank God. Small, he's improving. And you, my dear, how is married life treating you? How is Fred?
We're doing well, Mommy. He's a good man. Busy with the sites, but good.
Is he treating you well, Pearl? A mother knows when her daughter is only saying what she thinks will comfort her.
I'm well taken care of, Mommy. Please don't worry about me. Focus on Daddy's recovery. That's what matters most right now.
Okay, my dear. I'm happy to hear it. Your father sleeps easier at night knowing you're settled. God bless that home for you, Pearl.
Amen, Mommy. Good night. Happy birthday, Fred.
Oh, right. Thank you.
It's not much. A watch strap. I noticed yours was fraying at the site last month. I had it made in the same leather.
That's thoughtful. I have an early call tomorrow. I should head up.
The cake will still be here if you want a slice later.
You've been sitting there nursing that same drink for 20 minutes, staring at it like it owes you money. Talk to me, Fred. It's nothing, Nathaniel. Work stress. Work stress doesn't make a man's shoulders sit like that. I've known you since our first year at university, my guy. This isn't site report stress. This is house stress. How's Pearl? Fine. She's fine. That's not what I asked. I asked how you are with her. Because last time I stopped by your place, that woman served us jollof rice good enough to make a man propose all over again. And you barely said 3 words to her the whole evening. Other than my sister. Remember her? She told me Pearl still asks about her whenever they cross paths at church, remembers her children's names, sends them small gifts on their birthdays. That's not a cold woman, Fred. That's a woman trying. I never said she was cold. I never said she was cold. No, you're the cold one. And I say this as your friend, not your enemy. You're punishing that woman for a crime she didn't commit. Rose is the one who ran off with tattoo and piercing boy. Rose is the one who left you standing in your wedding clothes at a hospital. Pearl didn't do that to you. Pearl walked into the fire to save her father and 8,000 strangers' salaries, and somehow you've decided she deserves 6-7 months of silent treatment for it. It's not that simple, Nathaniel. I know it's not simple, my brother. Heartbreak never is. But you're a smart man, smart enough to know the difference between healing from something and using someone else to punish yourself for it. Pearl isn't a stand-in for Rose. She's her own person, sitting in that house every night, cooking food that goes cold, waiting for a husband who's already decided not to see her. One day, Fred, and I hope it's not too late when it happens, you're going to look up and realize what kind of woman you had right in front of you. And by then, she may have finally stopped waiting.
There's my son. Come, sit. You look thinner, Fred. Is that woman not feeding you at home?
She feeds me well, Mummy. Don't worry.
Good. A house is nothing without proper meals in it. And how is Pearl? I haven't seen that girl in church in 2 weeks. Is she unwell?
She's fine. Busy with the house, I think.
She's fine. That's all you have to say about your own wife.
Mummy, what do you want me to say? We're managing. It's fine.
Managing. Frederick, look at me. I have watched you since you walked through that door today. Not one smile when you spoke her name. Not one. When your father speaks of me, even after 36 years of marriage, there is still light in his eyes, Fred. I have seen it happen every single day of our lives together. When you speak of Pearl, there is nothing. A closed door. Tell me the truth. How are you treating that girl in your house?
I'm not cruel to her, Mummy. I don't shout. I don't raise a hand. I provide for her.
Provide, Frederick James. A woman does not marry a bank account. You think because you don't shout, because you don't raise your hand, that you are not being cruel? Silence can break a woman's spirit far quicker than any harsh word, my son. I have seen it happen. Cold shoulders, empty chairs at the table, a husband who sleeps on a couch rather than beside his own wife.
Mummy, it's complicated.
Complicated. Let me tell you what is complicated, Frederick. Complicated is a 4-year-old girl watching her mother die on a roadside with no one in this world to claim her. Complicated is that same girl growing into a woman who walked into a loveless marriage. Not for herself, not for jewelry, not for a big house in Lekki, but to save a man who wasn't even her blood father, an 8,000 stranger she will never meet. That is complicated, Fred. What you are doing, punishing a good, loyal, sacrificing woman because your sister broke your heart, that is not complicated. That is simply unfair.
You think I don't know what she sacrificed? I know, Mummy. I see it every single day, the food she makes that I don't eat, the shirt she irons that I barely thank her for. I know exactly what kind of woman she is. That's not the issue.
Then what, Fred? What is the issue? Because from where I am sitting, my son, you already have the answer to every prayer you didn't even know you were praying. A woman who loves you plainly, who has loved you long before that ring ever touched her finger. If the rumors your father whispered to me are true, and you are so busy mourning a woman who left you standing in a hospital hallway that you cannot see the gift sitting across your dinner table every single night. Fred, I am not asking you to forget Rose overnight. Heartbreak takes the time it takes. But I am telling you, as your mother, as a woman who has been loved properly for 36 years and knows exactly what that gift is worth, you are going to lose a good woman standing right there in your own house while you wait for a wound to heal on its own timeline. Some wounds don't heal by waiting, Fred. They heal because somebody finally chooses deliberately to let them.
I don't even know where to start, Mummy.
Start small, my son. Start with noticing her. That is always where love begins again, not with grand gestures, but with simply choosing one ordinary evening to finally see the person who has been right in front of you all along.
She's still sitting down here waiting for me with the food she prepared for me. I think it's time I set things right in my home.
Kept on humming soft songs while I was grieving. Somebody told me love isn't for keeping. I said, watch me prove them wrong. So I started noticing, started showing up.
I'm sorry, Pearl. I'm so sorry.
Started pouring love into her empty cup. Learned that sorry means nothing without a change. I said, watch me.
Fred?
You're awake. Good morning. I mean, sit down. Don't come near the stove. I've almost got it under control.
Fred, are you trying to make eggs?
I was trying to make eggs. Past tense, apparently, because I believe I have now successfully created something that is no longer classifiable as food.
Fred James, Chief Executive of James Lawson Construction, Master of Ikeja and Aja site inspections, defeated by an egg.
In my defense, nobody warned me the pan needed oil first.
Everybody knows the pan needs oil first, Fred.
Everybody who has ever cooked something in their life, perhaps. I have been informed on excellent authority that I have never once cooked anything more complicated than instant noodles in a hostel kitchen in university.
Fred, why are you doing this?
I went to see my mother yesterday. She reminded me of some things I've been avoiding for a while, about how I've been treating you.
And what did she remind you?
That you didn't marry me for jewelry, or for this house, or for my last name. You married me to save your father's life and 8,000 people's jobs, and in return, I gave you 7 months of silence and an empty chair at your own dinner table. That's not who I want to be, Pearl. It's not who my father raised me to be, and it's certainly not what you deserve for what you sacrificed.
Fred, I don't need grand speeches. I've heard plenty of speeches from people who didn't mean them.
Then let me show you instead of telling you. Starting with a mildly criminal attempt at eggs. Sit, please. Let me try again. I promise the second attempt will be marginally less tragic. Right, let's start over. Go ahead.
Is this a permanent change? Or is this a moment, guilt from your mother's words maybe, that will fade back into silence in a week? Because I have spent 7 months learning how to survive being invisible in my own home, Fred. I can keep surviving it if I have to. But I would rather know now, honestly, than let myself hope for something that isn't real.
I won't pretend I have this all figured out in one morning, Pearl. Healing isn't a switch. There may be days I slip back into old habits without meaning to, And if that happens, I need you to call it out. Tell me plainly, the way my mother told me plainly yesterday. But this isn't guilt talking, Pearl. Or, it started as guilt, I won't lie to you. But sitting here right now, watching you laugh at my terrible eggs for the first time in 7 months, I don't want to go back to the silence. I choose not to.
Then I suppose, Fred James, we should start over. Properly this time.
Properly. Hello, Pearl. I'm Fred. I make terrible eggs, and I'm working on becoming a better husband.
Pearl, I make excellent pepper soup, and apparently I'm remarkably patient.
Is it all right if I sleep here tonight? I don't want to assume anything.
It's your bed too, Fred. It always has been.
That's not what I asked.
Yes, it's all right.
Good night, Pearl.
Good night, Fred.
Pearl, you look well today. There's color in your cheeks I haven't seen in months.
I've been sleeping better, Mummy.
Fred, my boy. Walk with me to the garden a moment. These old knees need the exercise, and I could use the company. You've changed, Fred, in the last few weeks. I may be an old, tired man, but I am not a blind one. I'm trying, sir. I know I wasn't fair to her in the beginning. I will tell you something I have never told anyone, Fred. Not even Evelyn knows the full weight of it. Pearl came to us at 4 years old with nothing. Not even a birth certificate we could easily trace, not even certainty about her own surname. My wife wanted to adopt her the very first night. I hesitated. Not because I didn't pity the child, how could anyone not, but because I worried what it would mean, years down the line. Blending a stranger's blood into a family with an inheritance, a company, a legacy at stake. It was Pearl herself who changed my mind. 4 years old, sitting in my study, and she looked up at me and said, "Sir, I promise I will not be trouble." A child, promising a grown man she would not be a burden. On the same night she lost her mother. I wept that night, Fred, in a way I have not wept since. I raised her not out of pity after that. I raised her out of respect. She has never once broken that 4-year-old's promise. Not once. I didn't know that story. Now you do. Treat her the way that promise deserves, Fred. Not because I am asking you to. Because she has earned it every single day.
He looks at you differently now, Pearl. I noticed the moment you both walked in.
Mummy, please don't start.
I'm not starting anything, my dear. I am simply happy. You deserve every small mercy that's finally coming to you, Pearl. After everything. We aren't expecting anyone else today.
Ma, come quickly. Na international letter, but the sender name for this letter is... it writes Rose Lawson for here. Oh.
Open it, Everly.
Mommy, Daddy, I don't know if you'll ever forgive me. Julian is gone. There was another woman. There were probably many. He took what was left of the money and disappeared 3 weeks ago. I have been alone here since, ashamed to call, ashamed to face what I did to this family. I think about you both, and Pearl every single day. I don't expect anything from any of you. I only needed you to know I am alive, and I am sorry. If there is ever a door left open for me, I will not take it for granted again. Rose.
She's alive. Thank God. She's alive.
What happens now?
Harold, she's our daughter. Whatever she did, whatever mistake, she's still our blood. We cannot leave her over there alone, penniless, ashamed. What kind of parents would that make us?
Evelyn, I am not saying we abandon her. I am saying we must think carefully about what coming home even means now. This house is different than the one she left. Pearl is married to Fred. The company is stable again because of a sacrifice Rose refused to make. If Rose walks back through that door tomorrow, what exactly is she walking back into?
Her family, Harold. She is walking back into her family.
Pearl, you've said nothing. I want to hear from you before we decide anything.
Daddy, Mummy, I don't believe any of us should turn our backs on Rose. She's still my sister, whatever has passed between us. If she's alone and broken in a foreign country, of course we help her. Of course, we welcome her home, but I need everyone in this room to understand something clearly, because I will not pretend otherwise for anyone's comfort. My marriage to Fred did not begin as love, it began as duty, and for 7 long months it nearly broke me while I tried to build something out of nothing with a man who couldn't look at me. We have only just begun to find something real between us, something I fought hard for, quietly, when nobody was watching. I will welcome Rose home as my sister, but I will not step aside from my own marriage to make room for a guilt that isn't mine to carry.
Nobody is asking you to step aside, Pearl. Forgive me if my words made it sound that way.
I know, Mummy, I only needed to say it out loud, for my own sake, if nothing else.
We will bring Rose home, Pearl. But this house and everyone's place within it will be decided with respect for what you have already sacrificed. That I promise you.
You heard.
I heard.
I meant every word, Fred. I won't apologize for it.
I don't want you to apologize for it. Pearl, in 7 months of marriage, I don't think I've ever heard you speak up for yourself the way you just did in there. Not once. And instead of it scaring me off or making me feel accused, I think it's the most I've ever respected you. But Pearl, I am choosing you. Rose coming home doesn't change that. I need you to believe that, even if I can't fully explain why yet.
I want to believe you, Fred. I do. I've spent a long time protecting myself from being the one left standing alone in a room. Forgive me if it takes more than one conversation to fully trust it.
Take all the time you need. I'm not going anywhere.
But I kept on giving, kept on believing, kept on humming soft.
You're not sleeping.
I keep thinking about tomorrow, about seeing her again, about what she'll say when she sees us like this.
Like what? Like what?
Fred, even without trying. I don't know how to stand in a room with her again and not feel like the understudy who got lucky because the lead actress walked off stage.
Pearl, look at me. You were never the understudy. I want to be very clear about that because I think some part of you has believed that lie since you were 4 years old, and I refuse to let it live in this bed with us any longer. Rose is my past. Whatever I felt for her, it was real, and I won't insult you by denying it. But what I am building with you right now, the woman who irons my shirts with mended collars, who hums in the kitchen when she thinks no one's listening, who stood in her father's study and told her whole family she would not shrink herself for anyone's comfort. That is not a consolation prize, Pearl. That is the best thing that has happened to me in years.
Promise me, Fred. Promise me that when she's standing in front of you tomorrow, whatever this is between us, doesn't disappear.
I promise you, Pearl.
Rose, my baby!
Mommy, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Daddy, I don't even know where to begin.
Begin with coming home, Rose. The rest we will find time for.
Pearl, good to see you, sister.
Welcome home, Rose.
Fred.
Rose, welcome back.
Eat, Rose. You've grown too thin, my dear.
It's strange, Mummy, being fed without wondering where the next meal is coming from.
Rose, we don't need the details tonight if you're not ready. But I do need to understand, for the company's sake and for the families, exactly how much was taken.
Julian and I took roughly 40 million naira from the contingency account over the months before the wedding morning. I know that's an enormous sum, Daddy. I know it puts strain on the company at the worst possible time. There's no version of an apology that fixes that.
Nobody's asking for a perfect apology, Rose. Just the truth. That's a start. Thank you, Pearl, for that. And for what you did, marrying Fred, saving the company, saving Daddy. I don't think I've properly said that yet. You don't need to thank me for it, Rose. I didn't do it for gratitude.
Fred, I thought you'd want to keep your distance from me tonight.
Pearl thought we should talk. Properly. Get it over with rather than let it sit unspoken between all of us for months.
I owe you an apology more than anyone, Fred. I lied to my own parents' faces about marrying you. That was cruel. I know that now, in ways I didn't let myself see back then.
It was cruel, Rose. I won't pretend it wasn't. For a long time, I carried that hurt around like a weight I didn't know how to put down. I let it make me cold to a woman who deserved none of it.
Pearl.
Yeah, Pearl, my wife. Rose. If anything, hearing your apology tonight makes me realize I owe her one just as large.
Do you love her? Truly?
I'm getting there, Rose. Every single day, a little more. And I intend to keep getting there for the rest of my life.
Good. She deserves that. She's deserved that for a long time, and none of us, including me, ever gave it to her properly.
How is the CV going, my dear?
It's going, mummy. Just a little thin. Turns out running a household in London doesn't translate well into work experience.
You don't have to rush this, Rose. Take your time. Your father would never ask you to work before you're ready.
I don't want daddy's charity, mummy. I've taken enough from this family already. I want to build something of my own this time. Something nobody can accuse me of stealing. I asked around, Rose. There's an opening at a PR firm my cousin manages. Junior coordinator, nothing glamorous, but it's a start. I told them you're sharp, that you just need a chance. Thank you, Ophelia. Truly. I don't know what I'd do without people like you still willing to answer my calls. Rose, can I ask you something? And you won't get upset with me. Go ahead. Do you regret it, running off with Julian? I don't know. Maybe. It wasn't what I imagined. Every single day, Ophelia. Not just because of the money or the shame, but because I watch my sister, my adopted sister, who grew up in the same house with none of the same privileges I had, sitting across from a man who looks at her like she hung the moon. And some nights, God forgive me, I catch myself thinking that could have been me. If I just stayed, if I just trusted my family instead of a man who was using me the entire time. Rose, Fred is married to Pearl now, truly married. Everyone can see it. I know that, Ophelia. Obviously, I know that. I'm not saying I'd do anything about it. I'm only saying it's hard watching a life you could have had lived so well by someone else. You seem happy, Pearl. Really happy. It suits you. I am happy, Rose. It took a while to get here, but yes, I am. Fred seems like a different man than the one I remember. Softer, more attentive. He is. It wasn't easy in the beginning, but he chose to change. Truly chose it, not just for show. Do you ever worry, Pearl, that it could all shift again? People change back sometimes. Old feelings don't always stay buried. Why would you ask that, Rose? No reason. Just, after everything our family has survived, I suppose I've learned nothing is ever as permanent as it looks. I only meant it as a general observation, Pearl, not about you two specifically.
But I kept on giving, kept on believing.
Rose just messaged. She wants to come by Saturday, says she misses just sitting around with family, not a formal Sunday dinner, just normal time. I told her that sounds lovely.
Here? At our house?
Yes, here. Is that a problem?
I don't know, Pearl. I'm not sure it's a good idea. Rose and I haven't really spent time alone since she came back, and I'd rather it stayed that way for a while longer.
Fred, she's my sister. She's trying so hard to rebuild trust with this family, with me especially.
I understand, but I'm not ready.
If I start treating her visits like something to be managed or avoided, what does that say to her? That she'll never fully be welcomed back.
It's not about welcoming her back, Pearl. I want that for you, truly. I just don't think I need to be the one sitting across from her all afternoon while you two catch up.
Fred, is there something you're not telling me? You've been strange about Rose since she returned. Cordial, but distant. I assumed it was just old awkwardness settling.
It's nothing like that. I just want to protect what we've built, Pearl. That's all. I'd rather move carefully where Rose is concerned.
Fred, I love you for how protective you are of us, but you have to trust me on this one. Rose has changed. I've watched her these past months. The job hunting, the humility, the way she's genuinely tried to earn her place back in this family without expecting anything handed to her. Please, for me?
All right, Pearl. For you.
This is exactly what I needed. No formal dinner, no daddy watching every word I say, just us. Daddy means well, he's just still adjusting to trusting things again.
I need to take this side issue in Ipe. I'll be a few minutes.
All right, Fred, we'll be here. See, the gist we're here is sweet. Tell me now. You no go believe, na so them talk say the party scatter. You serious? You pay me say I miss some. Sorry, 1 second. Yes, this is Pearl. Go ahead.
Where's Pearl?
Work call. Sit, Fred. I don't bite. You've barely said 10 words to me since I arrived, Fred. Have I done something to upset you?
No, Rose. I've just got a lot on my mind. Work.
You always did work too hard, even back before all this. I remember telling you that constantly.
Rose, personal space, please.
Fred, it's just me.
Rose, what is wrong with you?
Oh, come on, Fred. Don't act so scandalized. I saw the way you looked at me during breakfast weeks ago. I've seen the way you still look at me now, even when you're trying so hard not to.
I have never once looked at you the way you're describing. Rose, I'm married to your sister in your parents' house. What you just did is not a misunderstanding. It's a betrayal of the worst kind to the two people who've forgiven you the most.
Fred, I know you. I knew you long before Pearl ever entered the picture. You loved me for years, real love, deep love, the kind that doesn't just switch off because circumstances forced you into someone else's bed. You're only telling yourself you love Pearl because it's easier than admitting the truth, that you're still in love with me and you're just too loyal, too responsible to say it out loud.
Listen to me very carefully, Rose, because I will not repeat this. I do not love you. Whatever I felt for you years ago as a boy who didn't know any better, it died the morning you left me. I love Pearl, not out of duty, not out of guilt, not because I settled for her. I love her more than I have loved any woman in my entire life. My wife is loyal, honest, selfless. Do not ever, ever mistake my patience with your family's forgiveness for anything resembling what you just tried to do.
You're going to regret speaking to me like that.
The only thing I regret is agreeing to this visit in the first place.
Rose, what's wrong? Where are you going? I have to go, Pearl. I'm sorry. I'll call you later. Fred, what just happened?
Pearl, sit down. There's something I need to tell you, and I should have told you the moment it first happened. Weeks ago. I'm sorry I didn't. A few weeks ago, when you had your early site visit in Ajah, Rose asked to come by for breakfast while you were out. She said it was about a community outreach idea, wanting my perspective as an engineer. I didn't think anything of it. It seemed genuine at the time.
Go on.
Most of the conversation was normal, good, even. But near the end, she asked whether I ever thought about what might have happened if she hadn't left. I told her clearly that I'm married to you, that there's no place for that kind of thinking in this house. She apologized, said she was musing out loud, and I let it go. I told myself it was an isolated comment, nothing more. I was wrong not to tell you then, Pearl. I see that clearly now.
And today?
Today, when you stepped out for your call, she tried to kiss me.
What?
I turned her away immediately, no hesitation. When I confronted her, she tried to convince me I still loved her, that I was only staying with you out of duty. I told her that I love you, fully, more than I have loved anyone. She left angry. That's the truth, Pearl. Every part of it.
You should have told me the moment it happened, Fred. Weeks ago.
I know. I told myself I was protecting the peace we'd built. I see now that protecting you meant telling you the truth immediately, not deciding on your behalf what you could handle.
Do you understand what it means? Learning that the man I chose to trust completely, after finally letting my guard down, kept something like this from me. It's not about whether I trust you around Rose. It's about whether I can trust you to bring me the hard things, not just the easy ones.
You can, Pearl. I made a mistake in judgment, not in loyalty. I will not make it again.
I need time to sit with this. Not distance from you, just time. Can you give me that?
As much as you need.
He told her. Of course he told her, making me the villain as usual.
Kept on believing, kept on humming soft songs while I was grieving.
I assume you've told them everything. Everything, Rose.
Rose, I have forgiven you a great deal in this house. But this, attempting to seduce your own sister's husband in her own home, I do not know if I can forgive with open arms again.
Forgive me for what exactly, Daddy? For wanting the life that was supposed to be mine in the first place?
Rose!
No, let me finish, Mummy. I am so disappointed in both of you, honestly. Truly disappointed. How could you allow an orphan, someone with no blood tie to this family whatsoever, to simply walk in and take the exact life that was arranged for me since before I was even born? You could have waited. You could have left the door open, told Fred to be patient, told everyone I would come to my senses eventually and take my rightful place. Instead, you handed my future to a stranger you picked up off a roadside, and now you sit here acting shocked that I still feel something is owed to me. Rose, listen to yourself. No, Pearl, you listen. You have spent this entire time playing the humble, grateful little adopted daughter, but let's be honest about what you actually are. You saw an opportunity the moment I left, and you took it. Took my father's love, took my family's name, took the man who was promised to me, and dressed it all up as sacrifice and duty so nobody would call it what it actually is. And what is that, Rose? You're a husband snatcher. An opportunistic little slut who saw her chance the moment the real daughter of this house stumbled, and you took it without a second thought.
How dare you? How dare you speak to your sister that way in this house, after everything she has done for this family? Calling her names because your own conscience cannot bear to look at what you actually did.
Rose, an orphan, is that truly what you think of your own sister after 20 years in this house together?
I didn't mean it like that, Daddy.
You meant every word of it, Rose. I heard exactly what you meant. And what troubles me most is not even what you said today. It's realizing you feel no genuine remorse for what you did to Fred, to Pearl, to this family's peace, only anger that you were caught and that the consequences didn't fall in your favor.
Why does everyone always take our side? I am your blood, Daddy. Doesn't that count for anything anymore in this house?
Blood does not excuse cruelty, Rose. Not in this house, not anywhere. Pearl has been more of a daughter to this family in loyalty and character than you have shown in your entire life, and it breaks my heart to say that to my own child, but I will not sit here and let you rewrite the truth because it's easier than facing it.
I think I need to go home now.
Pearl, what happened? You look...
She called me a husband snatcher, Fred. A slut. She said I stole a life that was supposed to be hers from the moment I was born. She told her own parents she's disappointed in them for allowing an orphan to take her place.
Pearl, look at me. None of that is true. Not one word of it.
I know it isn't, Fred, I know. But it still found the exact place in me that's been afraid of this since I was 4 years old. The fear that I would always be the girl nobody truly chose, only the one who got lucky when the real choice ran away.
Pearl, I choose you. Listen to me, Pearl. You were never the consolation prize. Not to your father, not to your mother, and certainly not to me. I choose you not because Rose left a gap for me to fall into, but because of exactly who you are. Loyal. Honest. Rose said those things because some broken part of her cannot survive watching someone who deserves love actually receive it. That is her wound, Pearl. It is not your truth.
Mommy slapped her, Fred. I've never seen my mother raise a hand to anyone in my entire life.
Some truths only come out when they're finally forced into the light, Pearl. I'm sorry it cost your family this much pain to get there. But for what it's worth, I'm glad no one in that room let her rewrite what actually happened. You look beautiful, Pearl.
You say that every Sunday.
Because it's true every Sunday.
We should go, we'll be late for the early service. Wait, is that not Rose? Rose, we weren't expecting you. I know, I'm sorry to show up like this, unannounced. I won't take much of your time, I needed to say something to both of you, and I didn't want to keep putting it off. I've had a month to think, properly think, about everything that happened that day in Daddy's study. I've replayed it more times than I can count, and every single time, I come back to the same truth I didn't want to face then.
Rose, what are you doing? Get up.
No, Pearl, please. Let me say this properly, the way I should have said it that day instead of the ugliness I chose instead. I let years of bitterness and jealousy poison something that should have been simple gratitude. You saved our father's life, Pearl. You did what I was too selfish and too blind to do, and instead of thanking you for it, I tried to take from you the one good thing that came out of my own worst mistake. I called you names that day that I am deeply ashamed of. Words I will regret for the rest of my life. You are not what I called you. You have never been anything but loyal to this family, even when I gave you every reason to walk away from it. And Fred, I tried to manipulate you, tried to convince you that you still loved me, tried to make you doubt a marriage you had already chosen, fully and honestly, long before I ever showed up asking for things I had no right to ask for. That was cruel of me. You deserve better than that from someone who once claimed to care about you. Stand up, Rose, please. I'll be honest with you, I'm surprised. Genuinely surprised you could bring yourself to kneel like that, to say all of that, after how defiant you were that day. I didn't expect this from you, Rose. Not this soon. And maybe not ever. I don't expect you to trust it right away. I only needed you both to hear it, whether you believe it fully today or not.
Thank you for saying that, Rose. All of it. It takes real humility to kneel down and admit what you just admitted in front of the two people you hurt the most.
I accept your apology, Rose. Not because the wound is fully healed, it isn't, not yet. But because I believe you meant what you just said. And because holding on to that day forever isn't the kind of person I want to become.
I accept it too.
Thank you, both of you. I don't take it lightly. There's actually something else I came to tell you. I've been offered a position, a small marketing role, nothing glamorous, through a distant cousin of Ophelia's who works out in Toronto. I leave for Canada next week. A real fresh start, somewhere nobody knows my history, where I can build something entirely my own, without old ghosts or old comparisons following me around. Rose, that's wonderful. Truly.
Canada, that's a big step. We're
Go
happy
build
for you.
something good for yourself, Rose. And come back and visit when you're ready. This family will still be here.
Thank you, Pearl, for everything, truly. Rose, that's wonderful, truly.
Well, that was unexpected.
Good unexpected, I think, finally. Fred, I feel...
Pearl! Pearl, can you hear me?
Doctor, please, just tell me, is she all right? Mr. James, please breathe. Your wife is going to be perfectly fine.
Then what happened? Why did she collapse like that?
Mr. James, your wife fainted primarily due to a combination of low blood sugar, dehydration, and, this is the part I suspect will interest you rather more, the early demanding stages of pregnancy. Mrs. James is expecting.
Pregnant? Pearl is pregnant?
Approximately 8 weeks along, by our estimate. Early pregnancy, combined with significant emotional stress, can absolutely trigger a fainting episode like the one she experienced today. Nothing dangerous, provided she now takes proper care of herself. Rest, proper meals, reduce stress wherever possible, and regular prenatal visits.
A baby. We're having a baby.
You are, Mr. James. Congratulations. Now, she's awake and asking for you. I imagine you'd like to see her.
Thank you, doctor.
Fred, why are you looking at me like that? Did the doctor say something terrible?
Pearl, we're having a baby.
What?
You're pregnant, Pearl. 8 weeks. That's why you fainted. Stress, low blood sugar, and a baby, apparently all fighting for your attention at once.
A baby. Fred, we're having a baby.
After everything, Pearl, after every hard month, every silence I owe you an apology for, every wound we've had to slowly heal together, this is what's waiting for us on the other side of it. I don't think I have ever been this happy in my entire life.
Neither have I, Fred. Neither have I. A grandchild. Oh, Pearl, my dear girl, after everything, after all my scolding of this stubborn son of mine, look at what patience and honesty have built for the both of you.
I am proud of you, Fred. Not for the baby alone, though that is a wonderful gift, but for the man you chose to become to get here. Your mother told me what she said to you that day. I wasn't certain it would land as deeply as it clearly did. It landed exactly where it needed to, Dad. I owe Mummy more than I can ever properly repay for that conversation.
You can repay me, Fred James, by naming this child after your mother, if it's a girl.
You two have the look of people about to announce something significant. Should I be worried or should I be preparing a celebration?
Daddy, Mummy, I'm pregnant. Oh my God, my baby!
This is wonderful news. Come here. Thank you, sir. A grandchild. God is good. God is truly, truly good.
My daughter, a mother. After everything you have carried for this family, this is exactly the joy you deserve.
Take good care of her, Fred. Better than good. This child will carry two families' legacies in its blood. The engineering and the finance, the James name and the Lawson name, all woven into one new life. That is no small thing. I intend to, sir, every single day. Twins, Pearl. We actually have twins.
9 months of waiting, and God decided to surprise us twice over. A boy and a girl.
Pearl, can I tell you something? Something I've been wanting to say properly, not just in passing, for a long time now.
Yes, Fred.
You have been an incredible wife to me. Through more stress and heartbreak than any woman should have had to carry into a marriage she didn't even choose out of love in the beginning. You never stopped choosing this family. You never stopped choosing me, even when I gave you every reason to walk away. You have been such a blessing to me, Pearl. I believe truly that your prayers, your quiet faith through all of it, opened doors for this family that nothing else could have. The company survived because of you. My own heart survived and healed because of you. And now, we have 2 more reasons to be grateful for every hard step it took to get here.
Thank you, Fred, for saying that. But you've been a blessing to me too, more than you probably realize. You didn't have to change. You could have stayed distant, stayed guarded, let bitterness win the way it so easily could have. But you chose every single day since that night you carried me up to bed to make things easier for me, to notice me, to fight for this marriage even when it would have been simpler not to. You have made my life easier, gentler, and so much more joyful than I ever imagined possible on the day I knelt beside my father and told him I would marry a man who couldn't yet love me.
I love you, Pearl. Completely and without any reservation left in me.
I love you too, Fred. Completely.
But I kept on giving, kept on believing, kept on humming soft songs while I was grieving. Somebody told